I'm from Max van Architecture from Holland. Since I'm really nervous now, and as well there are 11 presenters, so I try to make it as short as possible. Actually, if I make everything short, what we did, basically how to cook a new meal out of old recipe, basically. So what I want to say is how to preserve the character of old city center for creating new city or new development, which sounds very controversial, but that was the only things we tried to achieve. So one thing we found very interesting character of this city is, you see, street is very narrow, facade is very defined. Once in a while, there's a strategic open space and public space. So everything is kind of well planned, and there's no wasting space in the city tissue. In contrary, if you look at situation, so this is a site. Actually, what's happening on site is almost opposite. You see, this is just open space next to open space. There's another open space there. Another open space. This must be very good green space, but right next there's another big open space. What I want to say here is that this is the analysis of the site. Basically, what you see black is an open space which is not actively used. Basically, road and parking and green space in this diagram. These are open space which is working properly as a park. So for instance, there's a road going here, but which road width is like almost highway. So simply, this is what we try to do. We try to minimize this black area as tight as possible. This will enhance the value of open space, and street gets narrower and minimum. You cannot drive really fast anymore. And this is actually almost what is happening in old city center. This is another issue, because one thing which struck me when I came here was when I stand this area, let's say the edge of the old city center, you hardly feel any, let's say, you hardly feel anything about beautiful riverbank, etc. Just because the current situation of the building on this site is completely blocking the connection between old city center and riverbank. So what we did is simply we introduced 4 axes, which I call passage, to simply connect the city center to riverbank. And what is end up is that you end up with 5 different parcels, which is also perfectly works for the phasing strategy. Oh, sorry, I have to go a little bit. And then each passage, we try to characterize, let's say, instead of making repetitive street, we want to give a strong character for each street. So sometimes this passage brings you all the way across the river. Sometimes your passage leads you all the way onto the river. Actually, this pier is ending on the water. And sometimes you have a nice terrace with a cafe or a bar looking onto the river. So this is one of the images we created. Let's say this is the end of the passage, and you are just approaching into the river bank. So this is the sketch of it. For me, it was quite unique. I'm from Holland. This is something we never find in Holland. You see, within this kind of block-like setting, there are lots of small buildings standing in the middle. What is happening is that because of this, it creates a lot of small, cozy courtyards. If you walk into the inside of the court, you end up with a space like this, which has such an intimate and private character. Which was very present for us. So we also decided to take this recipe into our project. So this is 5 different parcels, and each parcel has own courtyards, with own character, because of different programs. This is one of the images we made. For instance, this is the courtyard consists of a lot of small office space on ground, and then residential program on top. And there's another thing I should mention is that character of the riverbank. This is old city center, and what you see in the light green, this is a riverbank which is already engineered. And so let's call it a man-made riverbank, which is very nice road, very nice pavement, but it doesn't have a character of nature and wildness. In contrary, our riverbank has a lot of wild and nature character, as you see. So what we try to propose here is simply don't touch it, or if you touch it, just a little bit. So this is a riverbank. As you see, our project is not really expanding onto this green area, just because we want to preserve the character of this biodiverse wildness of the riverbank. So we only make a minimum walk path, and this bridge just have a legs, and this pier also having just pillars, but basically we are not building anything serious in this area. So this is an image along the bank. So basically you have a minimum walk path, but the rest we keep it as it is.